We are live. Can't you feel it? I'll give a couple of seconds for someone to come on because I'm sure there's millions waiting to get in. See, now it's Fern and Flora again. I did one in the class today and they all liked it, so I did this the other day and no one's coming, so hopefully if they see the beginning I'll tell you now. Connie Stewart. Her last name is, I found out, same as my maiden, so it's Royal Stewart. Except no one thinks I'm royal. So Connie Stewart is an amazing card maker in America. You can go on to YouTube and look for her. She is really good. So she didn't do this stamping, but the card is her card, not the stamping. That's mine. I can't remember what she did it in. And I've done it in the Fern and Flora again, and I think she did it in something different. Look at the little butterflies and the flowers and their little bling bling. And we're going to do a bit of stamping, quite a bit of stamping actually, so this should be a bit of fun. And I just realised I don't think I've got my stamp pads. So while you're all getting your cup of coffee and ready to come and chat to me, I'll quickly grab my stamp pads. So I need Peacefull Pine, Golden Glow, and Old Olive. Oh, and 3 greens. Isn't that a lot? So we've got Old Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, I don't think it was Evening Evergreens, was it? Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Golden Glow. Now they come from my special box, so these are the new ones. You gotta be careful not to get them with your near your dies because they do have a problem of sticking to them. So we're going to get from here Peacefull Pine and Golden Glow. See, they stick to each other. You be careful when you do that. Sometimes they pull up the wrong colour, so really be careful. Now, if I'm correct, I'm going to kick out those pens that match as well, because I think I might be using them. So, let's have a look. Where's our live on Facebook? It says it's running. No one's on, but it doesn't seem to be showing on my Nettie's. 2 hours ago I did something. Okay. Let's go to Nettie's again and see if it picks it up. Oh, well, if you're going to talk to me, I can't seem to find it. It doesn't seem to be showing up. Okay, it is saying live over here. So if you do chat, you might not see me talking to you. Okay. Oops, I've just lost it all. Facebook, there we go. Go back to Facebook. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm afraid, Facebook, I have totally lost you. And we're not going to worry about that. So you won't see me on Facebook. Just come. That was annoying, wasn't it? I don't know what the heck's gone wrong there. Or maybe it is, but it's there. Okay. Right, well, if you're there and you want to chat, because I can't see you, please go to Classy Creative Cards with Nettie. Okay, so we've got the 4 iPads. Hi, Kerry, how are you? I thought I'd lost Facebook. Talking about losing things, I've lost my Fern and Flora and these ones, and of course they're so thin you can't find them anywhere. So, as I said, this is a Connie Stewart, not the same pattern, but the same cuts. The same cuts as Connie. So it's quite a big card. It's 5.5 and it's really cool. Alright, so let's get started on that. I did one of these in my class today. Not one of these cards, but a different one with Fern and Flora. It was one I've done on Facebook before. So I've got all my pieces here. I do wish I could find my other things. That's quite annoying, so I do have stamped out quite a bit for this. Okay, so 4.5 by 4, and cut the strips on the side. Okay, that's something different. That's with the white, so we'll get to that. Okay, so that is correct, and so that is scored. I'll show you. Now, if I'm right, yes. So, when we cut this card out, we're going to cut it at 10.5. Let me get that out of the row for a sec. We're going to cut it at 10.5. I'm just putting it back together like this to show you. So it was, when I first saw the recipe for it, I was like, oh my goodness, that's using up all my cardstock and I still haven't even got the extra pieces. Alright, so it's done at 10, all the instructions are in there, 10.5 by 7.25, and I thought, that's a massive card. That's like, how big is that? But once they cut it back, you'll see. So when you put it on your scoreboard, let me just pick it up and put it on again. Okay. So it's on at 10.5. So pretending this hasn't been done. Okay. So you've got 10.5 by here. Right, so that's 10.5, and you can see why I panicked and said, my goodness, what a card. What a massive card. I thought, Connie, you've got it wrong. I can't do that. That's just a lot of stock for people to use up. Alright, and then what I did was you turn it around. I'll just do this one. You turn it around, and on all of them, long ways, you score at the 7.25 inch side. You score 1.5. At the top, you score at 1.5. Hold on. Let me have a quick look. I might have done that a bit wrong, have I? That's the white. Score the 7.25 at the top. Score at 1.5 and 3. 1.5 and 3. That's not right. Oh, yes. I'm thinking of things. So you're going to be turning the card around long ways, and you're going to score at 1.5 and 3. Now you're going to turn it back. So this is all connected at the moment. Okay, so now you've scored it long ways. Now you're going to turn it back this way, and you're going to now, at 10.5, you're going to cut 4 1.25 strips. Okay, so you're going to move it over, and you're going to cut it at 1.25, and put that to the side, 1.25, put that to the side, 1.25, 1.25, repeat, and you get left with now the base of the card, which is 7.25 by 5.5. So now it doesn't seem so scary, does it? I was like, what is going on? This card's going to be a tree instead of a card. Alright, let's keep going because we've all worked it out properly. And I'll just put that over there since my Facebook is not picking anything up. And, oh, you can't really see it, it's too far over. How about there? There you go, you can see it there. So, alright, so now with that here, we're going to just do that. Okay, I'm going to bone fold that and that. So we have a small Z fold. Now with the other 4 strips that you've already cut ready, we're going to be doing the Z on the far side. Okay, So we're going to have it like that. Alright, under, and we do all of those. Here's the other one, under. Okay, now turn them all over and bone fold that one there. So funny, you have to really do bone fold them because otherwise your card sits up too hard. Okay, so we turn that over and do that one, and that one over and do that one. Now, if I show you, that's where they're going to go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. Alright, we're going to do that later. So in the meantime, we're going to make some DSP to go on there. Okay, so I'll pop that to the side. And now we're going to get Peacefull Pine cardstock, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Alright, for right and left panel, which you cut after stamping. Alright, so we've got that, and we're going to have that. That's going to be our next stamping. So I have stamped in Peacefull Pine. Oh, if I can get it off. Right. So we've got Peacefull Pine. We don't need that one yet. We've got Old Olive and some Garden Green. Just yell out stop if you see me doing the wrong thing. Okay, so we've got our stamps. Let's get our dies out. So if you can see here, I've used the big leaf and I've used the long ferny thing and some flowers. So decide which ones you're doing and stick to it. I do not know why that's not showing up on here. I'm just going to go right out of my Facebook, go back. Sorry, I'm just looking for why my stamping cards live's not showing. 6 days ago. Oh well, it's there. If anyone jumps on, please jump over to Classy and talk to me. Alright, so these are the ones we're using. That one. Can you see that? I haven't put it too far away. I think the one with the little flowers on, so I think that's that one. Yep. And this one, but we're not using all of it, so don't worry if you only can get so much on. We don't need all of that. Alright, so on our pine, see here under there, you can see the stamping. So we're going to do our first one in Peacefull Pine, and I might get a piece of scrap and a mat. You know you don't want to get that done. Alright, so we're just doing a few bits over and back. Okay. And now we're going to get in this one. Okay, just a bit more. And we're going to get these. Oh, I did that in the wrong one. Doesn't matter. I think I'm going to do them all in the Peacefull Pine, to be honest, on this one. Okay. Okay, you're concentrating, and I think that's just a little bit on that one. So we're going to put that aside. And now this is where we are going to colour them a bit different. So this is a 4.5 by 4. So we're going to be cutting it once we've done this. So we'll pop that down and we'll start stamping a few. Okay. We'll leave that there. Now we'll go to the next colour. Don't let me. Oh, so I nearly put it on there because I didn't see it. All right, and there. Now we're going to get this in this other one. So I'm going to get a little bit down there and over there and there. Now with my big one, I'm going to put a bit more fern in there. So I'll need to get a little bit of scrap. Where's all my scrap gone? Let's use this. So I'm going to put that there. Okay. And I have got flowers, I've got that. I'm going to have to put a dark set of flowers there just to upset the apple cart, so it's not now over here. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour in there, and that's it. We've made our DSP. Oh, Lynn, Kerry, how are you doing, darling? I'm not speaking, am I, very well? I did have my card class today, and it was really quite good because it's the first time I've had my class. And the first thing they all said to me was, "Oh, we missed a whole month. Oh, we've got cards to give people." So it's quite a nice feeling to know that they do like my card classes. We do them once a month. One of my girls, because I've had my knee done, I was quite happy for it to take a little bit more time this time in between classes because I needed to. So a bit of running around I do when I'm in a class because we don't do it, even though I've got a room in here, we can't get 4 people sitting around a table, so they all sit inside and do it. And now, actually, I should do the stamp. What a silly girl. I should do the envelope while I'm here. Where is the envelope? Okay. And we also have a piece for the back of the card. I'll come back. No, I won't. I'll do it right now. Silly of me to think I'd come back to that. And did I put an inside piece here for this? Okay. I have all these cut all the time, ready and waiting. Oh, there's some people watching. Hello, how are you? Okay, so my envelope's got one big fern that I put away. Silly me. I think we're due. There's new product of the month coming on the 2nd, so tomorrow, or today, new product of the month is coming out. So I've already made an order last week, so I won't be doing another one for a wee while. So it does last. Okay, so I'm going to put my one big fern on there. And then on the back of the card, look at that. So I'll turn that around so I can see what I did. So this is the back of my card. So I've got, oh look, make sure that's really rich because I'm going to get the right up there. Still room to write on. Okay. I'll tell you what, this one you would love to make. It looked hard at first, but I tell you what, when you get over the fact that she said to cut it at that, 10.5 by 7, you think, oh, that's so much cardstock. Mind you, when you look at what you have left over, I've put all my stuff on sale. Hi Emmy, hi darling. I've put a whole lot of stuff on sale to try and get some money to buy more stock, and it's you know, it's starting to get expensive. Okay, so that and that. Now this envelope will have another one up here. Okay, I think I got off trail with what I was actually saying. Now I've got a little butterfly here, and that's in Golden Glow, and that's on the envelope. The other ones I've cut out ready. So there's my granddaughter on there. She, I gave her a box of cards that I made a box specially for her for her birthday. I gave her a box of cards so she could give them away for presents. Isn't that nice? And we're going to do the birthday party for all the little ones coming up, so I have done a whole lot of cards for that. So there's my envelope ready, and there's my inside mat, and let's get back to these two. Okay, put that away, and I better put that little stamp in there. I don't want to lose it. So I bought a couple of nice bits of product from the Next. It's on the pre-order, so people can get it in July, and that looks really cool. Okay, so with this, I'm going to get a cutter out again, and we're going to cut the green. Alright, so the Peacefull Pine, we're cutting in half, and that's going to make our, see these? So because it's 2 3/4. Oh my goodness. Let me just get my ruler out and put it on top. Oh, you love them so much. Oh, when's Tristan's birthday? You're going to give one to Tristan. So it's 1 7/8 is the cut. 1 7/8 is 2 points under the 2 inch. Okay, so, and this is, yeah, 2 3/4. So 1 7/8, and there you go, because that's your, for their 1, well, I hope it's right. No, I don't know if that's correct. 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 is not right, so it's 1 1/2. I think that looks right. I might have to look at that, unless there's some left over. It could be a little bit over. I've got to take it, it's not 1 1/2, it's a little bit, it's more than 1 1/2. Goodness gracious, I'm going to do it here. So 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 1 2 3, 1 3/4, is it? Oh, that wouldn't be big enough, no. So 1 1/4 is there. What have I done here? Well, we're just going to do these at 1 1/4. It would have been 2 over there. So that one belongs over there, but it's not going to get it. November, oh, you got to hold on to it for a while, Emmy. Alright, so I'm going to have to take that back to be exactly the same. And it says 1 1/4, but it shouldn't. It should be over. But I'm going to take it to 1 1/4 because I can't have them not being the same. So if anyone else is really quick at math, you'll understand. Okay, so now this one, we're doing it to break down into this. Okay, so we're going to be cutting on the, with the 4.5 inch, so 4.5 by 4.5, so that's 4.5 by 4. So on the 4.5 inch, with the 4.5 cut into 4. So 1 1 1/8. So 1 1 1/8. Where are we? Is 2 marks over. Okay, over the 1. 1, 2. So we got to do this. 1. Now put them. You can turn them and put a mark on them. If you're not sure, do that. So, okay, 1 and 2, and then you got the last one. Alright, so now we are going to cut again. So just before we do that, okay, I'm going to put, because if you get them mixed up, so I'm going to call that 1, and down here 1. You don't want to mix them up. 2 and 2, because you're going to see I'm going to cut again. And I've done this. 3 and 3 and 4. The obvious. Okay, now so now with number 1 we're going to go back and we're going to cut. Let me have a look. 4 by 4 cut. Then right on the back to keep in order. Now cut. Oh, that's weird. Now cut piece to 2 5/8. 2 5/8 is 2 points over the half. 1, 2, and then that leaves you a 1. I got some extra writing in there. I'm not sure what I've done. Okay, so you look at that and you look at that. That's correct. So there's 1 and 2. Number 1. So again, I might have to go in and change that thing, guys. Okay, cut at 2 5/8, 2 1/2 and 1 2, 2 1/2 and 1 2. Just double check everything. It always pays. There you go. Okay, 2 5/8. Won't be long. We're nearly there. 2, 2 1/2 and 1 2. Oh, I have to cut that again. I must need to do my blade. Okay, so there we go. Those now. And I think that's with my cutting for now. So next, so see here I put now cut to 2 5/8 and 1 1/3. Now I don't know why I've got and cut 2 at 1 1/2. These were these ones, and keep them in order. 2 on the back, 1 to 4 to keep in order with the white. Cut 2 by 1 1/2. Yeah, I'm sure that that's this one. Okay, because I remember reading it and saying I didn't like that piece. Okay, so next we're getting there. We bring over our card and we glue all these on. So you've got your card in your order, and we're going to glue to this end, and don't worry about that because it's going to be covered with that DSP. So this is number 1, and it's going to go in there. So when it goes on, that'll be going over there. So move that back just down a little bit. So talk amongst yourselves, get happy. And this one's going on the middle here. In there. That one will be covered as well. So next one. Oh, it's hard with black to see the crease, isn't it? So if you fold your cardstock and put it on with your fold showing, you'll see it. It's probably a bit easier when you do this one. And because I put my twos like that, you know it's the right side. You liking this? And this one. So it's really quite easy. It looks hard. Or maybe I just make it look hard. Right, let glue there for a minute. Now this is the bit where we add to here. Okay, so remember the Z's are going that way for the bottom and this way for the top. So I'll push that up. So if I'm pushing it down for a minute. So over here in a cane it's black on black, which is a pain in the bum, isn't it? So you need to make sure you're right up at the top, but you know that you've got to glue in there and you've only got to glue just there. Okay, and I'll do the bottom one to save me coming back. And then on here we can just do it on here, and then you've got your folds. Okay, so pop that down flat, put it right on the corner, and that on that one, and you lay your card down. Alright, so that should be totally on the corner and straight. Now we get the next one. Oh no, I've done that. I might have done that back to front. Sorry, I started at the bottom, so I've got to do it with this one. From the bottom to the top, not from the... Let's put a bit more there. That was quick. That's what happens when you've got this nice glue. You can just quickly get it off. Alright, so now I've got my mark there and here. And that's my first one. So right into the... You could use your spots there. If you can't see with your black, use your checks there. Okay? On the glass mat. And line it up so you can see it's on the ends. So now the next piece, this is from the bottom and this is the top. So lay them in so you've got the gap correct. Now, I might just see if I can get a little bit more light for you. Is that a bit better? Sorry. Okay, so you see what we're doing now? We're just getting the same gap in between each of them. So glue there and glue down in here. Right. Now find your gap. I'm just checking with this one when I put it in, it's got the same gap. So it's just going to go up just a touch. And then over here. Good old jeans, they're good for something, aren't they? Alright, and that doesn't matter if I have a bit of glue there because that's getting covered. Alright, last but not least. Okay. And get that right in the middle. That's right. And in the middle there. Okay. Everyone's, oh, that's going to go just over a little bit. Did you see that? It snapped over there a bit. Okay, so they're all in flat as a tack. So when it goes in your card, it's easy. Now that's got a bit of mess. Oh, look, Emmy, Granddad's coming to bring me a cup of coffee.
Hello.
And Kerry's on there too. Okay, so now we're going to get these pieces and they're going to go down there. And you've stamped all your own DSP. Alright, now one of those has moved out a little bit. And I am just going to get that little bit snapped away. Right, other side. In there. Look at that. So now when you go down, it's all ready and waiting for you. So we just have to finish stamping it. So I have a little bag of trips so I don't keep you all waiting all forever. And because I've done this card, I've run out of my jar. Oh, off to Big W. I mean, I've got some. Now look here, we've got some little tiny flowers. These are so funny. So I've got this ready, and I need to stamp. Oh, what's this? Thankful for you. That's a lovely thing to say to someone, isn't it? So we've got the outside one. Turn that down, pick it up. It's already I've already stamped it out, and if I'm right, I'm doing it in mossy mid old olive, so it's nice and light. Okay. I always look because I think my hair. You can see how black it is. I'm not grey. I've dyed my hair, but it has grown out. But I'm black. Are you coming on Sunday, Imogen? To the birthdays, the group birthdays? I'll bring you one. Okay, so we've got that. And we need the greeting. That is, oh, you make the world better, no? Here's the other one. Let's have a look. What's this one? Thankful for you. Isn't that lovely? I'm very thankful right now because my husband's doing the dishes. Okay. And there's my saying. Oh, that is such a beautiful green. You know, old olive left and then it came back. I think so many people loved it. You would have complained to lose it. Ah, there's my piece of plastic from there. I bet you I dropped it on the floor. I spent a whole hour on 2 or 3 hours on Sunday cleaning this room for that lost stamp set that I can't find anywhere. So, whoever's watching, I hope you're enjoying it. Jump on and say hello. They sell at Woolies, yes, and they're cheaper. They're like $11 for a big one. Alright, that in case anyone's wondering, it's kind of like coffee, but it's not strong because I don't drink strong coffee, and I buy it for my granddaughter as well. Yeah. Alright, that's going on the back. And look, that could look nice on its own, but we're going further. Just you wait and see. Alright, so I've got myself a nice big, I love my ferns. Come on, you gotta love these ferns. So on your silicone mat, run a squiggle down there, like that. Okay, and then you can just put your fingers in the middle and run it up and down. Okay. I've got a little bit on the front, but that will be covered. So now you won't really see it through, so I've got that going from that leaf and right up to there. Okay, and then I put the black fern. Now I have to get my picky tool and get some stuff out of that. Where are they? Oh, they're not coming out today. I reckon when that went through the machine, it didn't pick it up properly. So watch out what you're doing. It's because I've got my new one, so I haven't used it properly yet. I've done a little bit. My electric. Oh, come on! My electric one run out of push. It's pushing one way, it'll all push it down one way, but it won't go the other way, so it's a bit annoying. Now that one's going right up on there. Okay. I'll just push that with something else that's not my fingers. Yeah, I don't know. I've got my Stampin' Up cutting thing machine, stamping and boss cutting, die cutting and all of that, but when I do a class and I have, you know, 5 in the class, I've got to cut everything 5 times, so it can get quite a lot of work. So I prefer to I just use my my electric one, but it's 2 years old. Alright, I'm just cleaning my fingers there because I'm getting quite a bit of glue on me. And I just want to make sure I've got any glue that's going on the top there. Alright, so now we've got 1, 2, 3 leaves. And I've also cut a few butterflies, which I will get a nice dimensional. And that's going right up on the top there. And I've got another one. Doesn't matter how sticky your fingers get, sometimes it just doesn't come off. Oh, and this one is flying over here, obviously coming in for a little smell. And with this, I have put it across there. So I'm going to glue it at the end, and then I'm just going to give it a really tiny glue just on the outside there and there. And I will give it a bit more down there, oh, not that much, because that is going to go over there. And then those 2 bits will be in the join, so you won't see them. Okay? I'm just holding them so they stay. Now, I don't know if you've seen these little flowers. When I first saw the stamp set, I said, what the heck are those flowers for? I've got a butterfly to go on the back as well. I'll just put them up there. Okay. He's just going up. Alright, so we've got some butterflies everywhere. You'll need your silicone mat again for this one. So with these, if you pick your big one up and put it with its rib facing up so you can see it. So if you take all your big ones, because these are cut out in a group, it's one die cuts out 4 of them at the same time. So we want your big ones. So I've done 3 of them, and then see these little small ones here, turn them over and grab them, put 1 dot, can you see what I'm doing? Put 1 dot, just a little dot in the middle of each of your ones on the base, okay, and then put 1 down the middle on top of it. And another one. Again, make sure you got the right side. Let's put that down. You won't see the glue in a little bit, so I have cut quite a few of them out. Okay, can leave that for a second, and we'll just pop all those out of the road before I get my glues on my finger. I could put one on the back if I wanted to, couldn't I? Would you like one on the back? I'll just have to reverse them from here. And can't put them on the envelope, otherwise they'll get rolled off. Okay, just a little drop there. Alright, I think that'll look nice on the back. I didn't think of doing that. I just thought of it then while I'm talking to you. Let me have another sip. Alright, so now I have got some bling there. Now this is old, I don't know if it's in stock. Well, it should be, because it's the 27, it is in stock. The 2025 to 27 in colour flat pearls. So I am using the yellow ones, which were Timid Darling Ducky. So I'm using them in the middle of the flower so they stand out. And because we've got some glue on there, see, I told you wouldn't see it. Okay. And another one. And because I've got one on the back, you won't know it's 4, it's not even. They say you should have even things, but you won't see this on the back. Alright, well, I'm going to pop it down in here. Get my pick ready. There's one down there. Okay, let's hope it doesn't move while I do this. So with these ones, I've got one here and one over here and one down here. Okay. Another one. Slippery little suckers, you got to get them in. And one here. And they should stick in a minute. And look what we've just done. How's that? How long did it take us to do that? My fingers are sticky as. Whoops, I just got all glue on the back of that as well. Lucky it's slidey and slimy, these things. Put it in there so it doesn't catch onto anything else. Alright, let me see what is the next thing I need to do. I think we're done. What do you reckon? Clean my... Don't forget to clean your glue off, because you just rub it and it comes off so easy. And that's cleaned up, everything's cleaned up, and we're ready to roll. So there's our envelopes, our cards. What do you reckon? You like that card? Oh, that's nice, look. And it shuts down like that, goes into your envelope, see? And then it pops up, and it's quite I think it's quite stunning. It's got a big black hole in the middle, but it'll stand up on your Duchess. And look at that. Well, thank you very much everyone for joining me. If you've got any cards you think you'd like me to make, if you've got a particular new product coming out you want to have a look, we do have a special stripy one coming out called, what's it called? Comes out in July. And it's called, it's called, we've got gilded wings accents, which are gold butterflies that you pull off and you just stick on, which is great. And we've got shimmering stripes. I'm making a card with that next week with the DSP. It is so nice. So that's out in July. So that's why I put a lot of my stamps and cards onto my stamping placed, where is it, Australian. If you want to have a look, what I'm selling is, come on, 0312 and search. So it's on Stamping Up Australia Buy and Sell, and I put a whole group of things on that to get rid of. So if you're interested, go have a look, okay? And I post them out. Unless you live in Melbourne, one of my kids needs driving lessons, so we'll drive. So other than that, we'll see you later. If you need anything, help with anything, or you need to join a demonstrator, I'm here. And if you don't, you just come and watch me and say hello. Thank you everyone for coming on. I really, really do appreciate it. Okay, bye. Bye Kerry, bye Emmy, bye watchers. See you next time.